Choo 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 choo. I don't know what my intro music is going to be, but that really is going to be it for right now. This is Christina again with Seymour Storyteller, here to give you 4 tips on just better pictures on the field. That's the whole name of the game, what I'm going after here. So let's jump into it. I am coming from a background of being self-taught with photography. I have been taking pictures for 20 years now. It's always been a love of mine, but I didn't really get into sports photography until a few years ago, when my youngest son started playing club soccer, and then it was like, okay, this is awesome. So everything I know has come from YouTube, books, blogs, all that good stuff, and I'm here sharing tips and tricks with you. One of the things that I get asked on the sidelines all the time is, do you teach class? Can I shadow you? Do you take apprentices? So there's a lot of people out there that want to take better photos that maybe don't want this as a career or don't want to be a photographer. They just want better pictures of their kids. So here we are. Here are my 4 tips for better photography on the field. Number 1, have a working knowledge of the exposure triangle. Just kind of understand what each thing does. And we're going to load a graphic here or here with the exposure triangle. You don't have to go manual right away. You're probably not going to go manual for a while, and that's okay. If you're not there, don't go there. But do invest some time in understanding how your shutter speed affects your aperture and all of that good stuff. I know when I was starting, I focused on shutter speed. I knew I wanted to freeze the ball in whatever sport I was capturing, so I put it on whatever that setting is for your particular camera. There is a setting, it's usually like an S or something like that for sport mode or shutter speed, where you can dial in what it is that you're trying to capture. I generally live at 1500, 1600. Sometimes I go up. I never go below 500 because I want to freeze as much action as possible. So spend some time, get a working knowledge of the exposure triangle. If you're not ready to go manual, start in shutter speed. I don't know if I should pause, but okay, I'll just cut the video. Number 2, understand your sport. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be a savant in swimming or football or soccer or whatever it is. But you should understand your sport. So if this person has the ball, which way is it going to go? If the football team is 3rd and 1, are they going to kick the ball or are they going to run the ball? Crazy things happen, but more often than not, you can predict what's going to happen in a lot of sports. And that just helps you kind of stay with or even a little bit ahead of the action. A lot of times, the photos that I see that my friends take, it's always after that it's happened. It's reactionary, and you want to try to be kind of in front of what's about to happen. It's, we're not fortune tellers, but a working knowledge of your sport will help you understand what's going to happen next. Number 3. So I just talked about how my friends take photos of their photos are after the action. What I mean by that is their kid is kicking the ball, and it will be like the back half of their body kicking the ball because they didn't anticipate the ball coming towards them in the first place. The 3rd tip here is capture the after action. So it's different. It's not what I meant in the first part. I know that's confusing, but I mean like the emotion, whatever's happening. Maybe they shot the ball and they missed, and they turn around and there's a disappointed face, or maybe they just scored and they're jumping for joy and their teammates are running in and they're high-fiving. Like, I love those pictures. I've got a great one of my son that I posted on my Instagram, I think last week, where he went to hit the ball. He plays a right wing in soccer, and he went to shoot and he completely whiffed, like completely spun around and whiffed. And he just starts laughing. Like, he just busts out laughing, and his team is laughing too. Like, it's a moment that, like, what the heck? He starts laughing and I captured it. And when you look at the picture, you just see joy. You see someone having a good time on the soccer field. I'm sure it was some embarrassment for him as well, but it's a great shot. I love those shots. I love capturing the emotion. So make sure you keep clicking after whatever it is that's happened, because sometimes those are the best pictures, the emotion behind the motion. Tried to be clever there. Okay. And number 4, this is going to be like the lamest tip ever, but practice. Practice, practice, practice. Practice. Take your camera to practice. If your friend's kid is having a game, take your camera. If your kid is going to play with other friends and just kick around or throw the ball, take your camera. It is so important. You're not going to get better overnight. I continuously put in time and effort to get better. There is always something to improve on. There is always a better way to see things, maybe a different vantage point, different approach. Practice, 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 practice. Okay, that's it. Thanks. Follow, like. I don't know if I'm going to have a button here, but see you next time.